Old gen versus new gen anime, which is better? This is a debate I've been seeing for a very long time, and honestly, old gen clears easily. Now before you run to the comments calling me an old head or some other dumb stuff, relax. I started watching anime around 2018 and my first anime was Sword Art Online. So this isn't nostalgia talking. I wasn't even there when the likes of Naruto and One Piece first dropped, but I've watched enough of both old gen and new gen anime to know what's up. So let's really break it down. First of all, let's talk story. One thing old gen anime does way better than new gen is telling a compelling, deep story. When you look at animes like Full Metal Alchemist, One Piece, Cowboy Bebop, Hunter x Hunter, and one of my personal favorites, Vash the Stampede, the level of detail in their world building, the lore and character development is insane. Now don't get me wrong, some new gen anime do deliver on story. Animes like Attack on Titan, and yes, for the sake of this video we're finna put AOT in new gen because it's definitely not old gen. Animes like Attack on Titan, One Punch Man, and JJK all have great plot, but here's the thing, when you put them side by side with old gen, they just don't hit the same. Most new gen shows focus more on fast pacing, flashy fights, and insane animations, but the stories are kind of predictable. Like, be honest, how many times have you ever called exactly how a new gen show would end before it actually does? Me personally, I'd rather watch an anime that takes its time to build a deep world and develop its character over one that just throws hands and flexes animation quality. Now let's talk about art style. Another thing old gen got right. Bro, old gen anime just look way better. I know some people would disagree, but if you actually sit down and compare the art style, you see what I'm saying. Anime back then had this gritty, raw, shadow heavy look that gave the show so much personality. You could just look at one frame and you'd feel the mood of that scene. Meanwhile, in new gen anime, while they do look clean and polished, they just have this generic, shiny look and lack that depth and texture old gen had. Another thing I gotta give old gen anime is consistency. Back in the day, anime didn't play around with this one season, 12 episodes, see you in 3 years nonsense. They just aired weekly non-stop until the story was done. Think of Bleach, One Piece, Naruto, Dragon Ball. Every week new episodes, no long waits, no forgetting what happened last season. But nowadays anime drop a season and then they vanish for years, and by the time season 2 or season 3 comes out, half the fan base have moved on. Honestly, it's very hard to stay invested in a story when the pacing is that broken. Honestly, I'll take weekly episode for years, even if it comes with some fillers, over this inconsistent drop and disappear trend. Now let's talk about emotional impact, because old gen was different when it came to that. Some character deaths from old gen anime still hurt till this day. Take Ace's death in One Piece for example. That moment scarred the entire anime community. People still bring it up like it happened yesterday. No matter how many times you've seen it, it still hurts. Now compare that to new gen anime. Like, I love Gojo, he's easily one of my favorite modern anime characters, but when he died, yeah, I was sad, but after a few hours I moved on. It didn't really leave a permanent mark that old gen characters' death do. Old gen anime knew how to build characters and relationships, so when something tragic happened, we felt it deep. It wasn't just shock value, it was earned. Lastly, let me say this, anime is in this weird place right now. Some of these new shows are wild, like bro, there's literally an anime called My Little Sister Can't Be This Cute. I don't even want to know what that show is about, but I just know some freaky shit going on in that shit, and it feels like every season there's another show with some crazy title and weird plot. Don't get me wrong, they are still new gen gems, but if this is the direction anime is going to, I'm genuinely scared for the next generation. And I can already see it. In a few years, people will be calling JJK and Demon Slayer old gen and saying anime ain't what it used to be. Because every generation of anime fans eventually look back and realize the older show had something special. So yeah, that's why I think old gen anime is better than new gen. From storytelling to art style to consistency to emotional impact, old gen just hits better. So let me know which one you prefer, old gen or new gen. If you enjoyed this video, smash that like button, subscribe if you haven't already. Peace out.